Hi everybody, I am Coach Lori. I'm Lori Bestler, a mind empowerment coach and motivational speaker with Mindscapes Unlimited Mind Coaching Center. Today what I'd like to do is share a story. I was working with a client today. I live in Minnesota and I was on the phone and I was coaching a client that's out in California. And in working with my client, we had this conversation about, I'm working with her to be more successful, all right? More financially successful, more successful in her business. And the way that I do that is through, well, many ways, but I'm known to be the mind mastery expert. That's what I'm known for. And one of the things that I specialize in is high-level entrepreneurs with busy minds. One of the things I know about entrepreneurs that have busy minds, and one of the barriers they have to achieving tremendous success, is that they are, with their busy-mindedness, a lot of them are what I call high, you might hear the term HSP, high sensitive people. I like to say they're more high sensory people, empathic people, people that can feel and wear other people's emotions within their body. They are people that are fixers. Oftentimes they get into relationships with other people that have a tendency to need some help. They need some support. And so what I find is that my clients have a tendency to be they have very strong value systems. Oftentimes they're strong nurturers. Relationships are strong in value systems to them. They have high ethical standards oftentimes. And so what happens as a result of that, what I'm leading up to is in these individuals, what will happen oftentimes is that they want to have these standards of what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, what should I do, what shouldn't I do. And when you're in business, what often happens is that if you make a mistake, a perceived mistake, meaning that you now have a client or a customer and they're not happy with you, then you can camp out in that situation. You can camp out in that story and replay it over and over and over again in your mind. And then that becomes problematic. That becomes a habit. So what I'd like to do today is just to plant some thoughts in your mind about how do you succeed. If you're a high-level entrepreneur, a business owner, and maybe even if you're not, maybe if you just have a busy mind, maybe if you're just a high sensory, high sensitive individual and you feel anxious a lot, or you have a tendency to fall into some really, really dramatic highs and lows like on a roller coaster ride, then maybe this thought system is for you, and play this video over and over again so that this carves a new neural pathway in your mind and it helps you. So here I'm going to start and ask this question, get your mindset, your neural pathway shaped, and it is, how do you succeed? Think about this, because I believe success it's simple, actually, because what it is that you just keep showing up in life. You keep doing all you can every day in every way, right? Life isn't a destination. I'm sure you've heard that quote, life is a journey, all right? So I can't tell you how many people I know, busy-minded entrepreneurs, that they have goals. And even before they work really, really hard, and right before they achieve their goal, they're getting so close, they create another one, and they're off doing something else. So when they finally finish the one goal, they've already got 3 in the oven. And what happens is they have too many kettles on the stove, from the standpoint of they don't ever feel successful. They don't ever feel satisfied. They're constantly striving and doing to get more. So be thinking about this, that success simply is just showing up every day. So each and every one of us can say, I am successful. True success boils down to, in my opinion, being able to successfully control something like your emotions. It's huge. And emotions such as you're able to tap into the feelings of feeling grateful, having an expectant hope of good things to come. It's not caught up in your circumstances. You're forward thinking, forward looking at the best outcome that is possible, and you're feeling in that. You're feeling in when the outcome happens, and then that pulls your energy and it up levels it. It's also Success is being a successful emotion, is being at peace with whatever life brings you each and every day, right? You know that regardless of the complexities that affect most people all day, every day, such as setbacks like criticism, adversity, you can still press in. You're resilient. You can be resilient. You can keep moving forward. And then when you do, you will soon see that you have accomplished something rather significant, right? And so you're not looking at, you have so far to go and now these setbacks are preventing you from that. What you're doing is you're looking at enjoying each day fully and giving it all you've got. And then all of a sudden, it's like one day you wake up and you go, I've written that book, or I've accomplished that goal, or I've really helped that, that one client be hugely successful. It's just amazing the things that we realize that we achieve. And what happens to most high achieving entrepreneurs is that they have a fault. I will say, if they get caught up in it, and that is that what will happen is that they will look at the how far they have to go versus they forget where they started. And if you were to look at where you started today compared to where you are now, and you're an entrepreneur that has been in business for 5 years, or even if you're in a career and you started that career and you look 5 years forward, or even if you're a parent and you looked at when you first birthed that child and you look at where you are today, right? Holy moly, you would say, wow, right? You would know that something significant has happened, right? Yet what you also did is that you up-leveled your goal. And in up-leveling your goal now, you're saying, oh, I have so far to go and I'm not quite there and I'm not good enough. Whenever we're doing something new, something that we've never done before, what will happen is we will have setbacks. We will make mistakes. We will not know what to do, right? We walk into a realm of uncertainty. And when we do, we say we're not confident. But yeah, you're confident in a lot of stuff that you've already accomplished, yet you're not satisfied resting there. You're not satisfied just being comfortable, because there's no comfort. There's no comfort in the growth zone, and there's no growth in the comfort zone. My good friend Lisa Randall once told me that when she worked with me and coached me, and that was huge for me, a huge quote to be able to remember. So being comfortable with being uncomfortable is a great concept, that I share with my clients. It's a great thing to wrap your head around. So when you now realize that you've accomplished so much more when you look back, instead of dwelling in your mistakes in the past, what you do is you take your lessons and you bring them forward, and then you understand that you really truly have accomplished so much. And that's what life is all about. It's about learning. It's about bringing that forward. And for those of you that refuse to give up, that you realize that success is inevitable. It just is. If you show up every day, each day, every way, and do your best, and that's all that's necessary, because eventually you will succeed in some way, somehow. You just do. It's impossible not to in some way. Then the other thing is that you just know that mistakes become teachers. Mistakes are the lessons that are learned, are what naturally then drives you in an improved state of being and doing. So you're really up-leveling yourself, and in that, when you think you're up-leveling yourself, really what you're doing is you're taking all of this magnificent potential that you have within yourself, limitless potential, and you're just letting it shine. You're letting it come to the forefront of your life, and being able to come out. And realize it. So then the evidence of the newfound success, now you stepped into this success, and then what happens is it will propel you towards up-leveling so many more aspects of your life, because now you feel confident. Now you say, wow, I did it. And now you went, yay me, right? Not prideful, arrogant, but encouraging, yay me, you did it. There's so much more that you can do. You make a difference. You matter. And don't you just love that when you know that you're making a difference in life? That's like telling you that you you have value, you have worth, and who doesn't want that in their life? One of the things I think is important for us to understand is that our stories in our life, what do you say about yourself and what happened to you in your life, they can define us, right? And does your story define you in a way where it up-levels you and it honors you, or does it define you in a way where it does a disservice to you when you're repeating all of the problems in the past? And that becomes very, very disempowering. So be very, very careful. We must be sure that when we tell ourselves the stories of our past, I'm not telling you not to talk about them, not to work through them. It's really important for you to come to a conclusion, a valuable conclusion, however, and then be able to say, this is what happened, this is what I didn't like, this is what I learned, and as a result of that, this is what I'm bringing forward, right? This is what I'm taking, and this is what I'm bringing with me forward to be able to make it useful in my life, right? It's all about useless and useful. Is this useful? If yes, keep it and move forward. If it's useless, then ditch it. Be done with it, right? And so my client today, what she was doing is she was hanging on for weeks. She had repeated a scenario in her mind that was she was troubled by it. She looked at something that she had done and she had hoped or wished that she had done it differently, and when her client questioned her on it, she felt very, very badly about it, and she went, well, what could I have done differently, and well, how would have that changed it? I didn't want to displease my client. I really value my clients like they're my family. I'm a woman of integrity, and she was trapped in it, right? It was almost like handcuffs, and she couldn't get out of it. And today we were able to tell her, let go, release it, right? No, learn the lesson and then move forward. And that's all we can do, because if we think we're the only one that ever makes a mistake with a client or a family member or a spouse or somebody like that, we're kidding ourselves. Each and every one of us make mistakes all the time. It's a part of life. And wouldn't you agree that mistakes are often the best teachers? They just are, all right? So be okay with making mistakes. Not that you welcome them, and when they happen, you forgive yourself and you allow yourself to move on. So what's important to know is that when you have a positive conclusion to situations that happened in your life, then you're able to then integrate them into what it is that you're now doing, and then life becomes so much better. Your energetic vibration in your body. There are tiers. We have low-level tier vibrations of energy, and problems keep coming in, and we attract them to us, problems to us, and then we repel people. The high-level energy that we have, what we find is that we attract abundance into us, and then what we do is we also attract people to us, right? People want to be around us. They want to spend time with us, right? Because your energy, your vibration, you don't even have to say anything, and people just want to surround themselves with you because you have that energy, all right? You just have that positive energy. So when you can't honestly and clearly look at what has happened, then you're your own witness to what happens, and guess what? You get to write the story. You get to write the conclusion, and then wrap your head around it, take what works, and then move forward. What is really important to understand is emotions and the emotion of guilt. Because when you realize that dwelling in anything that causes you to feel guilt within yourself or shame within yourself, it's truly disastrous on an energetic and emotional level. It does not serve anybody. So work through that stuff. I've had a lot of clients that have been abused on many levels, and myself personally I have, and we don't camp out in that past of abuse. What we do is we say, wow, I learned something from it. A lot of my empathic clients will realize that they were in relationship with fixers, with addicts, with people that have addictive personalities, with people that are narcissistic, because they're the healers, they're the helpers. They want to help those people. So they're like magnets to those people. Once they realize that they have that attraction factor in there, they can say, wow, I'm done with that. And then they put out their little antennas and say, nope, no more. I'm done with that. I've learned that those aren't the people I want to join with and support and walk with hand in hand in life. So I do know that it's important that we come to terms with the parts of our past that hold us hostage. Otherwise, we hide them, and we hide in the shadows. You know, I always remember I was a silent sufferer, is what I said. For years, I kept that part of me, that hurt and painful part of me, quiet, because I shouldn't be talking about things like, oh my gosh, I'm divorced. You know, heaven forbid should anybody know that I did that, or should people know what my belief systems are, or that, you know, I advocate something like, you know, hypnotherapy, which is awesome. And a lot of people don't understand those holistic practices. And now I just blast it out, because this is a part of who I am. I no longer need to hide. I can be authentic. So be your authentic self. And then the people that you attract in on an energetic level, they will come to you. They just will. And you'll be able to have what I like to call your tribe, you know, the essence of the people that you can help, people who love you, you love them, and you all have a tendency to be able to uplift and help one another in that. So ideally, we want to tell a story of overcoming, of healing, of forgiving, of finding gratitude is huge. You know, when you're grateful for things and you think about daily what it is that you love about life, love about yourself. You know, sometimes you have to dig deep a little bit to find it, but find something. There's something out there. You know, I love the fact that the leaves are blowing. I love the fact that I just woke up today and I seen 2 blue jays, you know, coming into my feeder, and they were just doing this dance. It was incredible. Whatever you can find that up levels you and enables you to feel better, it's important to do that, and bring that into your life. And then you will find, as a result of that, that there's just continual positive transformation that happens. So tell a story that has a happy ending. Each day when you wake up, just make sure that the story you're telling yourself about today, you might, you know, wake up and be thinking about all of these things, these problems, or all of these things that you have to do, yet that shift it, right? Just know that you have the power to write the story. The pen is in your hand, all right? You dictate it. So shift it so that it's uplifting. And then you will get out of life what you want. Get out into the light, out where a wonderful life is in the making. Vibrating, energizing, illuminating a realm full of that which feeds your soul. Step into a pathway where life is so fulfilling. Then there, in a place, you are creating your best life possible. You are seldom there when you're there creating that best life possible. Seldom will people annoy you. Seldom will people argue with you. Seldom will you find that people are uncomfortable around you, all right? And when you're creating the life you love, problematic people simply just don't come into your experience, because you're vibrating at a different level. You just are. You are functioning on a different energetic plane. And through your practice, through up-leveling your thoughts and your beliefs and your energy and your emotions, your path will become clearer, purer, and aligned with what you really want, and then you attract more and more of it. And that, my friends, is true success. That is what really matters. What's important. Attract that, because you matter. I love you. This is Coach Lori with Mindscapes Unlimited, Mind Coaching Center, wishing you a fabulously God-blessed day.